if you have a partner who is not in support of your career or your movement, then that's where the challenge is. So I'll just encourage each and every one of you, when you find yourself in such a situation, you need to communicate, because maybe I have another side business I'm doing. I have to ensure that that side business I'm doing does not interfere with my role as a banker or as a manager. I need to make sure that what I'm supposed to do as a manager, I'm doing it. You would want to see your daughter get to a very higher level. You wouldn't want to say, oh, maybe after SS just stay at home or do a trade. No, you would want to make sure that that daughter of yours gets to the highest position.
Be an account analyst. So during my account analyst role, I really wanted to do more. I really wanted to learn what goes on in the various sectors of the bank. So anytime maybe someone goes on leave, ask my branch manager that I wanted to sit in that position. So most of those roles were higher than what the account analyst role. There were 2 roles which were higher than the account analyst role. And I always told my branch manager that I wanted to actually be able to step in for those people when they go on leave. So anytime someone is going on leave, I stepped in. So there was one time a lady she resigned because she had to travel with her husband abroad. So that role was actually higher than what I was doing. So I was given the opportunity to act in that role. And I did that acting role for 1 year. So after 1 year, I was hoping that definitely I'll be maintained there. And then I was seated one day and I brought this lady that she is here to take up the role, this role, which was a bit higher than what I was doing before. And I was asked to train that person to sit in that role. And so you could imagine how I felt that day. So I just had to So, and unfortunately or fortunately, the person they brought happened to be a very good friend of mine. You understand? So when the friend came, I think she realized the awkward position, because it means I would have to train her in Buddhist, and then I have to move back to my role as a lower grade. So I told her she shouldn't worry. He was a 7 and the guy was a 9. So I had to go back to my grade 6. So I was skipped from a 7. I dodged the 7, I didn't dodge the 9. I went back to my 6. I still never gave up. I continued with my account analyst role. But during that time, I was like, no, I still need to do something. So anytime when they are even going on leave, the manager was saying, oh, she's on leave, go and sit in her place. When she comes back from leave, she'll take her payroll. The other person, when he's also going on leave, they said, okay, now since you have been there, you have trained him, go and sit there. And when he comes back from leave, take up that role again, go back to the role. So I did that back and forth, going back and forth, back and forth. And then one time there was, I think that time we had about 10, 15 branches. And then there was an opportunity. One evening I was there when the manager called that there was an opportunity at Spaintex for me to go and act as a businessman, like listening again. And she told me I just had about 30 minutes to take that decision. So I said, okay, fine. Just because of the way they were always asking me to act, and they were very suddenly, they knew that maybe this time they should tell me what they want to do that. So she said she had 30 minutes to give an approval of whether I would want to still do it or not. I went back to my seat. I give it a try. What if when they bring someone else? But why not? Since I was moving from their primary branch to a different branch, why not? So I went back to that ready for it. So she said that I need to say goodbye to my branch manager and my team. Then the following day I had to leave for Spaintex branch. So I said goodbye. this fintech branch, and then I took up that role as the business banker. So the person who was there had actually traveled to South Africa to take up another role and will be back in 2 years' time. So it means I would do that role for 2 years. And then when the person comes, it means I'm going back to my old role, which was lower. So fine. So after 2 years of doing that role, the person came back. So when the person came, the manager was like, then since he's in, you need to go back to my main branch and take up the lower role. This time, I said no, I'm not going back. It's either the guy goes back. Yeah, so I told my branch manager that I'm not going back. And it means then the two of us would have to sit on the seats so we finally decide which of us would want to keep. But me, I'm not keeping. She said, well, you need to. I said, no. If anything, then they should find something else for the guy. Because he's been out for two years. And I've managed, so I was managing a portfolio. And I've managed this. And I've gotten to where it is. Understand? So I'm not leaving. So I thought I wasn't going to leave. And I didn't leave. So the guy took him. So the two of us were seated there. When customers come, I think our tent, I'm supposed to our tent. And you smile at me to our smile. And he was like, oh, Marwin, are you not leaving? I said, no, I'm not leaving. The two of us, yeah, let's wait. So yeah, one time, so after a month, you see, so my manager was really confused, and the head of business banking then was also confused because they didn't know what to pick. So I was there one time, they called us. I said, they told the guy that unfortunately he would have to leave the fintech branch for more to be maintained as the business banker. What's that day? That was the happiest day in my life because finally I had the opportunity to be a great man. And then in 2019, there was an opportunity for a branch manager position at Home Branch. I was like, oh, branch manager. Wow. It was very fun. I would want to try this. Just be considered as why don't I just try it and give it a go and who is the chosen person for this role. I wasn't ready then to be a branch manager because I was like, branch manager, stress me, even more sure. Let me just be in my corner. But I was like, I need to move higher. Looking at where I had come from, I needed to move higher. So I applied for the position, and then I think I was the only lady among 6 gentlemen. And that showed me I did very well. I was given the position to be the branch manager for the whole branch. I was 20, so I came to, I took up the position in 2020. Yeah, I had to go. So even with this, I'm not stopping there. You understand? I'm aiming for a much higher role. And the role I'm actually aiming for is to be the CEO of the company, even if it's not Stanbic Bank, or maybe Stanbic Bank, the first female CEO of Stanbic Bank. That is what even after national service, anything that is readily available and you give to me, manager, readily available to do it. So I told her that I have a story that I would share with her, and that is my story. So when she actually told me that, I could see that, wow, this lady is someone who would actually fall in my heart. But I'm not sure about the rest of us sitting here today at service and want to actually stay in maybe to be a receptionist role, because in this country we are now, someone with all your degree, your masters, someone who sees you even sweeping or doing something, they'll laugh at you. You don't want anyone to see, or your friend to laugh at you that, hey, do you know that? Is that your name? Sorry? Anjali. Okay, so I saw Anjali last time. Do you know what she's doing last time? She's like, I said, all these things. There's some people who are cleaners in the bank, who are cleaners in the bank, and they are now officers within the bank. They were cleaners, but because of their determination, because of the fact that they wanted to take their career to the next level, they moved from a cleaner to an office assistant. You understand? So in the past it was there, but now I don't know if it is there. If you guys would really want to do it, then I was determined to do it because I knew where I wanted to go. But for you, generation of today, most want, I don't know how to say it, but I'm not sure most of you would want to seriously. I'm not really sure most of you would want to stay in a simple office, even if it's a cleaning job outlet, if it's a receptionist job outlet. I'm not sure most of you would really want to do that. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but let me ask. Anybody among you here be willing to take up a role as even a cleaner, a receptionist, a telephonist in an organization today?
Yes. I applied twice.
Sorry?
I applied twice and I was rejected twice.
Applied twice for
Cleaning. The first one was with the hub in Accra. At that time, I didn't have a laptop, so I just wanted to clean the place, so I used the laptop to the night. I was rejected. The second one was at US. Also, at that time, my laptop was spoiled, so I just needed something to be coming in, right, so that I can save money and buy the laptop. And also do. And I don't know how people see me. Maybe I remember one of the people said, Joshua, why are you doing this to yourself? I said, come on, it's not about being big. I need to reach my goals, and for me to be able to reach my goals, I need for 50 cities to be coming in, right? But I didn't get it. I actually, and anytime I fall in a ditch, I try to look for those kind of jobs.
I saw a lot of people raising up their hands. I'm not sure whether the yes was just because of the story that you heard about me, or you really want to do that. I don't know. I don't see a lot of them doing it now in this generation that we are in.
You can't post it. You can't post on Instagram. And I want to ask that at the time when you refused to leave the role for the guy who came from South Africa, did it occur to you that you become the bad person in the office and everybody will become your enemy? Or did it you feel bad that you are denying someone his rightful place? Or how do you feel emotionally in navigating that period when you refuse to hand over?
So during that time, honestly, I felt bad. You understand? I actually felt bad because the guy in question happened to be a very good friend of mine. So when he came, he was like, "Oh, wait, now I'm in. You would have to leave." But I also said, "No, but I also can't leave. I've done this for 2 years." And the customers are well attuned to me, so I think honestly they should get to another branch that, and also when it starts your whole portfolio, customers also get to know you better, and then I'm sure that when you get there you can also improve. So it got to a time honestly we were not speaking to each other because he felt I was trying to suppress, but I still didn't want to give up, you understand? Because that was the third time such a situation was happening to me. Even though I felt really bad that I was doing this. But once my manager couldn't sack me, and no manager up there could even say anything, you understand? Like, well, it means they want to see how far I will go. You understand? So I felt bad though, but at least it's paid off.
Let me chip in. So, this question we call hindsight, because you don't know what will happen. But with hindsight, if you are not given the role and it was maintained, what will happen to your life? Will you resign, or you quit banking altogether, or you go for relocation in Italy?
I wouldn't have resigned. Actually, what was in my mind was, if this thing should happen, then I would have to go to HR and then put my grievances across to HR and let them know I think I'm not being treated fairly. But the issue of me resigning couldn't come to my mind, because if I should resign, where would I start from?
Islamic bank, the other bank, the best brand for you to work in.
For now, I wouldn't want to work in any banking environment anymore, because of the pressure that comes with it. Pressure that comes with banking. So if I should leave banking, I wouldn't go back into banking. I wouldn't leave Stanbic and go back to another bank. Or something else, something that would be more flexible.
You can exchange our role.
Why not? You can. I'll be very glad to at least get to see them and get to see all the pressure that's people. Because sometimes you have to get to bed as early as 6:30 a.m. Sometimes 9, still in office the following day. Sometimes even you go on because we have a report to do. You stay awake till let's say 1, 2 to make sure you get all your reports ready. For then be like at 6, you still have to be awake. And then only yes.
6 a.m.
It's just cool, that's fine. Maybe the whole environment is flexible. I was in Prague. I was working at a skater's function. If I don't leave if I leave the house at 5:30, it means I'm very late. Very late. So most of the times I leave the house at 4:30. And even that time I even get to wake up at 7:30. Even then it's late. Because we have meetings every day, Mondays to Friday, meetings at 7:30. Each and every one is supposed to be seated by 7:50. There's so much pressure within the market sector. So honestly, if I should get a job, I would move to another.
When you say pressure, we are made to believe that the pressure is compensated very well in remuneration. So will that be enough for you?
That's what most people say, that bankers, we have a lot of money, but let me tell you this. The bankers, we don't have money at all. Even before our salary comes, it is finished. Because we've gone for so much loans here and there, and because we know that on this day we'll be paid, so you can get this on credit, get this on credit, get this on credit, get this on credit. So by the time the money is in the salary is so bankers, honestly, we don't have money. We don't have money.
So if anybody sits in this room, what's a motivational to attack? I'm building you up.
It's a love for the job. It's a love for the job. This kind of it's the love for the job.
So there's one question that is very controversial. You made mention that you want to be, if you get a chance, or what you set your sight on, is to probably become like the first female CEO of
Sundown.
I don't know how many female CEOs and other banks, but I know of some renowned CEOs like Hassan and Dan and others. So, as a woman navigating in the terrain of as a banker, in terms of gender dynamics, how has it been for you? Do you have to fight stereotypes, fight against the fact that some might think that by virtue of you being a woman, you might not have the technical know-how or what it does to navigate the terrain? How has it been like for you as a woman? And if given the chance, do you think that it is right for people like you to start mentoring other upcoming women who are facing similar difficulties?
So there was something that there was something that the bank is actually doing also. They are actually now shifting the focus on women.
It's everywhere, it's only the
Yes, yes. So now if there's an opportunity, I would actually prefer to give that opportunity to a woman and not to give it to a man. You understand? So that's how the whole, especially for Stanbic Bank, that's how the whole setup is now looking. So every opportunity that comes, they would prefer a woman to be given that opportunity. So they actually empowering the women to apply for the higher positions that are coming up now.
To mellow. So if, let's say, you're a customer who comes and ranting, shouting and doing all those things, I don't know how you do it though, but before the next 2 seconds, you would actually be very, very sober, very, very cool. So I think it's a God-given talent. I don't know how I do it, but I just find myself always. So anytime there's a difficult customer, it is always Malvin they call upon that. Look, I know you can do this. I know you can handle it. That's why I said, I don't know what I do, or I don't know how I do it. But all I know is once you get to me, you start ranting and doing. By the time even I ask you to sit down, even when I ask you to sit down, you would have even cooled down. I don't know what I do, but I'm sure he can attest to it. There are so many instances. That's
nice. So James Dake is asking, why aren't
I think
entrepreneurship? So
okay. I think that's the question. Okay. So you know that as a banker, you are supposed to actually focus on your role. So if you are focusing on your role and you have any other outside business you're doing, you would have, let's say, this divided attention. It's not like we are not allowed to venture into any entrepreneurial whatever. But once you do that, you ensure that it doesn't interfere with what you are doing as a banker. You understand? So as the branch man, as a manager like this, maybe I have another side business I'm doing. I have to ensure that that side business I'm doing does not interfere with my role as a banker or as a manager. I need to make sure that what I'm supposed to do as a manager, I'm doing it. And then the other business I'm doing too, I take care of it, but not at the expense of my work as a banker. So it's not that we are not, you can do it, but just make sure that it doesn't conflict with your role as the role that you see yourself in. And even once you get that, you need to declare it. So at least the bank gets to know that aside what you are doing, you have other businesses that you're also embarking on. You know, you can't just live on one salary. You understand? As I said, we bankers, we are very, very broke. So if you don't find yourself doing these other businesses, it means at the end of the month, you don't really get anything for yourself. So there's no policy that says that we are not allowed to venture. You can do it, but it shouldn't be at the expense of your core duty. Yeah.
So, in addition to that, what else makes you understand that you can't
So it hasn't been an easy journey, career stroke relationship. So I remember when the position for the branch manager for who came up, and I decided to apply. I had to think about my family, my kids. I have 3 kids, two boys, 1 girl. The first is 12, the second is 10, and the third is 8. So I had to I had to consider them. You understand? Because I'm going to leave them all alone in Accra, and then start a career and who here. So I had to weigh the options. And you also have to think about your husband. You would leave him for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You understand? And you know how you men. I'm sure you understand. So having to leave him for, let's say, a month, and you come back. So you know how the whole. So I had to sit my partner down just to let him know that this is the decision I'm taking. There's this position at a managerial position which I would love to take up. So I just want your opinion. I know that if God willing I get it, it means I would have to leave you guys for 2 or let's say 3 weeks before I come back to you guys. You have a partner who is not in support of your career or your movement, then that's where the challenge is. So I'll just want to encourage each and every one of you, when you find yourself in such a situation, you need to communicate. You know, once you communicate with your partner, the 2 of you would have to agree on one thing. You understand? So communication is key. And even if he refuses, if he had refused, I would still have gone ahead to pursue it, because it is that is what I want to do. You understand? And as I said, if he had disagreed, I would have proceeded to take it up. You get it? Because a man shouldn't stop me from progressing in my career or in what I want to achieve in life. You understand? So, in my experience, is a lot more men are beginning to see that the women they don't have to, let's say, let their women stay at home for them to be the ones to move up the career ladder. You understand? So a lot more men are actually encouraging their spouses to actually move up the career ladder. So you even see that even for you, the men who have daughters growing up, definitely you would want to see your daughter get to a very higher level. You wouldn't want to say, oh, maybe after SS just stay at home or do a trade. No, you would want to make sure that daughter of yours gets to the highest position. So if you want your daughter to get there, then someone's daughter whom you married, definitely you should also treat that person same, and then allow that woman to also move up that career ladder. So a lot more men are now allowing their women to actually move up that career ladder. Thank you.